After this video you'll create this, even if you've never opened Blender. It's the first step to be able to create animations like mine. I tried to make it so that after the video, you can really create your first liminal space.
Download Blender and open it. You will see a camera, a cube, and a light. To move, click the middle mouse button and move the mouse. If you're using trackpad, use the finger swipe. To pan around, do the same, but press Shift. To zoom, use the mouse wheel. On trackpad, swipe but press Ctrl or Command. If you get lost, click an object and do View Frame selected. Drag this corner to create a new window. Select the camera and do View Camera Set, Active Object. If you don't have a camera, do Add Camera. Moving your mouse won't move the camera. Let's fix that. Back to Camera View. Press N to show this menu. Then press Camera to view. Now when you move the view, you move the camera. We will create a preview window at the bottom. Unselect Camera to view, so you can adjust the camera to the window by zooming and panning. Once adjusted, select Camera to view again. On View menu, hide anything that is visible by unselecting it. Scroll to the right and hide things like I'm doing. In the circles here, choose the last, which is render mode. You can also press Z to switch between modes. On the top window, switch to Material Mouth. Let's start creating our scene. Select the cube and press X to delete. Then do Add Mesh Plane. I add a cube again to show you something. Select the cube and type S to change size, or type R to rotate, or type G to grab and move. Also, do you see the green and red lines? They are the X and Y axis, and Z axis is up and down. If you type S, it will resize it in every direction. But type S then Y and it only does the Y axis. Okay, we don't need you anymore, bye-bye. Click the plane and type S to resize. Now select Add, then Mesh, then Cube. Click the cube and type S, then type Y to resize it only on the Y axis. Okay, it's time to add materials to the objects. To do that, select it and go to the Material tab in here. Click the plus icon to add a material and change the base color. Now click on the plane and click plus to add a material and change the color. That's how you add materials. But let's install better materials. Download Blender Kit. On Mac, make the download a zip by pressing Compress. On PC, it should download a zip file. In Blender, select Edit Preferences. Click Add-ons, then the Install button. Find the Blender Kit zip file you just downloaded. Select it and press the Install button. Back in the Add-on tab, search Blender Kit. Select the check mark to activate it. Now you can download materials inside Blender by using the Materials tab. In this Blender Kit menu, select the cube and click Object Apply Scale. Then search for any material in Blender Kit. Click to apply it to the selected object. Let's duplicate the plane. Click on it and type Shift and D. Shift and D duplicates objects. Type Z to only move up and down. And move with the keyboard arrows. Click to confirm movement. Now we have two planes. It's important to apply scale after you resize. So click the plane and do Apply Scale. Then click the material in Blender Kit. If you click to apply scale, the material will be the correct size. But here's how to change the size if you need to. Select an object and type Tab to go into edit mode. Type A to select all the object. Type U and choose Cube Projection. In this menu, you can change the material size. Once you're happy with the size, press Tab to go out of edit mode. It's time to see the result for the first time. Let's move the camera to a good angle. Wait, to get out of camera view, press 1. Let's resize this on the x-axis only. Okay, back to camera view. Let's find a good angle for our render. Render is the result, like a screenshot of our scene. Oh no, the material is stretched. Let's fix it before we render. Select it and do Object. Apply Scale again. Sometimes it will turn red like this. To fix it, go to Edit Mode by pressing Tab. Then press it to select all the object. And select Mesh, then Normals. Then select Recalculate Outside. Let's add a sky to make the scene more realistic. Press this icon to go into the World tab. Where it says Color, choose Sky Texture. And change the sky settings to your liking. If it's too bright, go to this Render tab. And under Color Management, change Exposure and Gamma. Go back to the World tab. Change the different sun settings, like rotation, elevation, size. Remember to be in render mode on the bottom window, or you will not see the sky. Select the plane again, and apply a water material from Blender Kit. Last step before we do the render. Click Render tab here. Change where it says Max Samples to 5 or lower. Finally, on the top menu, click Render and click Render Image. The render window will open. Wait for it to finish rendering. Yay, your first Blender liminal space. Let's go a little bit further. Do Add Mesh Cube. Then select the cube. Type G to grab. Type X to only move on the x-axis. Type S to resize and Z to only resize up and down. Do the same, but on the x-axis. Then on the y-axis. Since we resized it, let's apply scale. I know it's annoying. Then add a material from Blender Kit. Select the wall and press Shift-D to duplicate. And type X to constrain the movement to the x-axis. Surprise for you! In Blender Kit, this icon downloads models. Let's download a smiley model. Just drop it into the scene. Oops, I can't find it. If you lost an object, go to the outliner here. Click on the object. And do View Frame Selected. There you are. Okay, I will fast forward here, because I think you got it by now. The rest of the video is just a combination of what I showed you. G to grab, S to resize, R to rotate, etc. I hope that you can create your first liminal space now. If you post it, tag me please. Also, come join us in the Discord in my bio. It's a server for liminal spaces and Blender lovers. The only server rule is be respectful to others. Now go and create liminal spaces.